Please settle down fast. Namaskar. Students, settle down fast. Prakash sir, all set? 5 minutes. Okay. I want this front door to be closed, please. Volunteers, please close this flat. Close, close. Sinchana, close it. Start? Okay. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of National College Jayanagar and BV Jagdish Science Center, I warmly welcome you to Science in Action, which is South Bengaluru's one of the biggest science festival. Over the next 2 days, we celebrate the wonders of science, innovation and discovery, a true testament to the power of curiosity and collaboration. I request our principals and director of BV Jagdish Science Center to accompany the guests to the stage, please. Please accompany. Close. Can we close the last door, please? We are very glad that distinguished guests have agreed to inaugurate this event and make this event more auspicious to us. Please welcome them with a round of applause. It is a moment of great pride and honor to welcome our esteemed dignitaries, distinguished guests, and all the brilliant minds gathered here. Let's begin our program by first having a college prayer and invocation song. Please.
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतः सुन्वन्ति दिव्यैः स्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ज्ञानावस्थितसद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुराः सुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः नमस्ते सते ते जगत्कारणाय नमस्ते चिते सर्वलोकाश्रयाय नमो द्वैततत्त्वाय मुक्तिप्रदाय नमो ब्रह्मणे व्यापिने शाश्वताय त्वमेकं शरण्यं त्वमेकं वरेण्यं त्वमेकं जगत्पालकं सुप्रकाशं त्वमेकं जगत्कर्तृपातृप्रहर्तृ त्वमेकं परं निश्चलं निर्विकल्पं वयं त्वां स्मरामो वयं त्वां भजामः वयं त्वां जगत्साक्षिरूपं नमामः सदेकं निरालं निरालं भविष्यं भवाम्बोधिबोधं शरण्यं व्रजामः योतः प्रविश्य ममवाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्नकिलशक्तिधरस्वताम्नाम् अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव सर्वे च सुखिनः सन्तु सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ಇನ್ವೊಕೇಶನ್ ಜನ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ
ಮುಗೀತು ಬೇಡ 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 Okay, it's now time for an invocation song by the choir. I request the choir to lead us in this melodious moment.
ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ದೇಗುಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳೇ ಹೂವು ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ದೇಗುಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳೇ ಹೂವು ಶೋಧನೆ ಸಂಶೋಧನೆ ಸಂಶ್ಲೇಷಣೆ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ಪೂಜೆ ಶೋಧನೆ ಸಂಶೋಧನೆ ಸಂಶ್ಲೇಷಣೆ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ಪೂಜೆ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ದೇಗುಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳೇ ಹೂವು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳೇ ಹೂವು ದೂರದರ್ಶನದ ತೆರೆಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ಯಕ್ಷ ದೂರದರ್ಶನದ ತೆರೆಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ಯಕ್ಷ ಬೆರಳೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ ನಿಮಿಷಾರ್ಧದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳಕಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ನವ ದೇಗುಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳೇ ಹೂವು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳೇ ಹೂವು ಕಾಡಿ ಕೆಣಕುವುದು ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡುವುದು ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ತಂತ್ರ ಕಾಡಿ ಕೆಣಕುವುದು ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡುವುದು ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ತಂತ್ರ ಪ್ರಶ್ನಿಸಿ ನೋಡಿ ಶೋಧಿಸಿ ನಂಬಿ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ಮಂತ್ರ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ನವ ದೇಗುಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳೇ ಹೂವು ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ನವ ದೇಗುಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳೇ ಹೂವು ಭೂತ ಪ್ರೇತಗಳು ಮಾಯಮಾಟಗಳು ಪಡೆದವಲ್ಲ ಸಾವು ಭೂತ ಪ್ರೇತಗಳು ಮಾಯಮಾಟಗಳು ಪಡೆದವಲ್ಲ ಸಾವು ಪಡೆದವಲ್ಲ ಸಾವು ಪಡೆದವಲ್ಲ ಸಾವು ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು
Thank you so much. Now, generally we have one welcome address, but in Science in Action we do things differently. We have two Science in Action, two inauguration welcome addresses. One is by a robot, and one is by our principal. Let's start to listen what our robot has to say now.
Distinguished guests, students, and science enthusiasts. How are you? Welcome to the much anticipated Science in Action Fest. At the National College Jayanagar, where innovation meets purpose under our inspiring tagline, Innovate Today, Sustain Tomorrow. We are honored to have with us today Dr. H.N. Subrahmanya, President NIS of Karnataka. We even extend a warm welcome to our Chief Justice Professor K.P.J. Reddy, Professor at IISc, and Dr. Tak Anuradha, Distinguished Scientist, ISRO. I extend a cordial welcome to B.V. Jagdish, Venture Capitalist in Silicon Valley. Thank you and enjoy the fest.
Now, please ignore his pronunciations. Now, to officially welcome us, we have Principal of National Degree College, Dr. P.L. Ramesh, sir. Sir.
Very good morning to all the dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, faculty members, dear students, parents, and everyone present on this occasion. It is my immense honor and privilege to welcome each one of you to this momentous occasion, Science in Action 4.0 2024 of BVJ Science Center, the National College, Jayanagar. Science in Action refers to the dynamic process of scientific discovery as it happens in real time. It is a concept popularized by socialist Bruno Leto in his influential book Science in Action 1987. Latour explained how science is not a just set of finished facts or truths, but an ongoing activity involving experimentation, observation, and negotiation among sciences, tools, institutions, and various actors. Science often viewed as a static collection of knowledge like textbook or encyclopedia. However, Science in Action emphasizes that knowledge is always being constructed, tested, and refined through experiments, peer reviews, and sometimes even failures. Scientific facts are not simply discovered but are also results of continuous work, hypothesis generation, testing, measurement, and validation over time. In essence, the goal of Science in Action are to break down the mystic around scientific knowledge, shedding light on the complexities and social dimension that influence what we come to understand as scientific truth. By doing so, it invites a more nuanced and critical and inclusive view of science and its role in society. My humble pranams to our mentor, guide, and true Gandhian, real educationist, philosopher, and simple person who is none other than Dr. H. Narasimha, sir. He started the Bangalore Science Forum in the year 1962, Bangalore Science Forum, and the Science Center in Jayanagar National College. In the present building, who is the generously sponsored by Sri B.V. Jagdish, sir. It is my distinct honor and privilege to extend my warm welcome to our young Dr. H.N. Subramanya, sir, President NES of Karnataka, Basangudi, Bangalore, for being part of this function and presiding for the same. Thank you, sir, for being this part of function. It is very proud and great to welcome our today's chief guest, Professor K.P.J. Reddy, Professor of Aerospace Engineer, IISc Bangalore. He is a very versatile and senior scientist, IISc Bangalore, for accepting our invitation and being part of this function. On behalf of management, staff, and all of us present here, thank you, sir, for coming and attending this function. It is my privilege and happy to welcome our another chief guest, Dr. T.K. Anuradha, Distinguished Scientist, ISRO, Bangalore, for being part of this function by accepting our invitation on behalf of all of us present here. It is happy and honored to welcome our today's special invitee, Sri B. Jagdish, sir, founder, CEO, and managing partner, KAJ Venture US, for being part of this function by sparing your valuable time. On behalf of all of us gathered here, thank you, sir, for being part of this function. It gives me a great pleasure to extend my warm welcome and heartfelt welcome to our respected Secretary NES of Karnataka, Sri Venkat Shiva Reddy, who has graciously joined us for this special occasion. Your help and all type of support and a key person for each and every part of the event happening in this college and other institution. Thank you, sir. It is my pleasure and privilege to extend my warm welcome to our Secretary NES of Karnataka, Sri B.S. Arun Kumar, sir. We are truly honored to have you with us today for this occasion. Your role as the Secretary is very important and unique. It is my privilege and happy to welcome Sri Tallam R. Dwarkanath, sir, Treasurer NES of Karnataka, for being part of this function. It is with great pleasure and honor that I extend a warm welcome to our distinguished Sri Sudhakar Isturi, sir, Joint Secretary and Chairman NES of Karnataka. He is the innovative and broad future and plan and guiding man for each and every function. It is my pleasure and very honor to invite Dr. P.L. Venkatramreddy, sir. P.L. Venkatramreddy, sir, who has generously joined us for this significant occasion as guiding force behind our college. Your vision, dedication and support is very, very important, sir. Then I also welcome our Sri Ravindra, sir, Chairman, Work Committee, NES of Karnataka, for being part of this function. I extend my warm welcome to the chairmen of all the institutions who are attending this occasion. It is with great honor and immense pleasure that I extend a warm welcome to all our esteemed governing council members who have joined us today. Your presence reflects your unwavering commitment to growth and success of the institution. We are truly grateful for your guidance and support for every moment. I also welcome Sri Bharati Rao. She is the director of BVJ Science Center. On behalf of all of us present, she is the key person for this today's function and the coming today and tomorrow events. It gives me immense pleasure to extend my warm and heartfelt welcome to all the distinguished principals of PU College, Jayanagar, Professor Mamta Madam. She is the main role of this Science in Action. She has taken all the steps and measures to exhibit different kind of models and innovations, etc. I welcome you, madam, for this wonderful function. And I also welcome Dr. Jayadayappa, sir, Principal, National Engineering College, and he is also initiator of all the events. And Professor Soumya BS, Principal, National PU College, Basangudi, and principals of National College, Bagepalli, and National College, Jayanagar, and all the headmasters. Chandrika madam is also came. She is the headmaster of English High School. And Dr. Y.C. Kamala, Principal of National Degree College, Basangudi. I welcome all the principals on behalf of all of us present here. And I welcome B.V. Kumar, sir, on behalf of all of us present here for this wonderful occasion, along with your family members. Thank you, sir. And it is my pleasure to extend a heartfelt welcome to all our esteemed HODs, faculty members from NCJ, NPU College, Jayanagar, Dr. HNNC College, who have joined us today for dedication and sincere work for the success of this Science in Action. It is with great joy and pride that I extend a heartfelt welcome to entire team who are worked directly and indirectly for this occasion or function. It is both honor and privilege to extend heartfelt welcome to our dedicated teaching and non-teaching staff members. Your contribution is very, very important from last 15 or 1 month. And today and tomorrow is very, very crucial period for your support and help for the successful completion of this Science in Action. Once again, I welcome all the dignitaries, all the students and all the GC members and other people who are gathered, and I also welcome the media person and all the technical support for this morning session. Thank you one and all for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Let the claps keep rolling to welcome our organizing host guest to this event, Dr. P.L. Ramesh, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, it is time for lighting the lamp. Lighting the lamp symbolizes the illumination of knowledge and wisdom. I now request our esteemed dignitaries to come forward and light the lamp, signifying the formal inauguration of Science in Action. Let us all bask in the glow of this auspicious moment. Please raise. Ramesh sir and Jayadevappa sir, Mamta ma'am, B.V. Kumar sir, if you can also. Yeah, thanks sir.
शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापम्
Please also raise for the Pushpanjali.
शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं
Please raise, audience.
शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम्
Pay our tributes to great visionary
सम्पदः
Dr. H. Narsimhaiah sir.
ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः आरोग्यं देहि पुत्रांश्च
Thank you.
स्वच्छामि मे सदा
Now, to provide an overview of what Science in Action stands for and its journey, I invite Professor Bharati Rao, the director of B.V. Jagdish Science Center, to enlighten us. Please welcome her with a round of applause.
Thank you, Altaf. Good morning. Namaskara. Dignitaries on stage, respected faculty, dear students, and my friends. Today we are here to celebrate science. So we are here celebrating science, and as we know, science is the foundation for human progress. From breakthrough in medicine to the exploration of space, from sustainable technology to the study of life, everywhere there is science. To popularize science and to draw younger generation towards the basic science and research, late Dr. H. Narsimhaiah, the then president of National Education Society, he established the Science Center in 2001. To establish this Science Center, he required a huge amount of money, and our alumni from our national college, Shri B.V. Jagdish, he donated a large amount of money to then other from government organizations, and we collected money, and this science center was established. Now in this science center, we conduct weekly lectures, we conduct workshops, and we conduct science discussions, we display scientific movies, and we discuss about the science here. Every year we conduct a science fest, which is the Science in Action. And this science fest, Science in Action, will usually based on a theme. This year, our theme is Sustainable Development Goals. And our slogan is Innovate Today and Sustain Tomorrow. So today we have exhibitions, models based on these goals, 17 goals of the sustainable development. We have the models, and our PUC and degree students and our engineering students, they have worked for 2 months, and today the display is there. And we have poster presentation also from PG students, and we have, with this we have models on the basic science models are there, and we have models on India's advancement in renewable energy, robotics, artificial intelligence, and sustainable technology. So I request all present here to visit our exhibition after this inauguration function and encourage our students. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. It's now time to introduce a distinguished personality who has made remarkable contribution to aerospace engineering, our chief guest, Professor KPJ Reddy, sir, professor at IISc Bangalore. To do the honors, I invite Dr. Navaneet, faculty of Dr. HN National College of Engineering. Please welcome him. Please come in, sir.
Thank you, sir. Very good morning. Elrigu namaste. Professor KPJ Reddy received master's degree from Mysore University in 1975 and PhD degree from Birla Institute of Technology, Ranchi, Meera in 1981, and joined the Department of Aerospace Engineering, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. He has held many positions, including the post of Senior Professor, Dr. Satish Dhawan, ISRO Chair Professor, and HAL Chair Professor before retiring in 2018. Professor Reddy has worked in many areas of research, majorly in hypersonics, shock waves, chemical kinetics, lasers, photonics, biophotonics, and nonlinear optics. He has published more than 300 technical papers in international journals and conferences, and has about 30 patents in the area of research. Professor Reddy has established a very strong research group in IISc consisting of more than 50 people in the area of hypersonics and related fields, and has built many unique experimental facilities for high-speed testing. Two of his recent inventions are named after him as Reddy Tube and Reddy Tunnel, which have become part of UG courses in India and abroad. He has guided about 27 PhD and 6 MSc engineering graduates, and majority of them are working as faculty members in various IITs and IIScs. Professor Reddy has organized many prestigious international conferences and workshops, and served as a member of international advisory boards for many such international conferences. He was editor-in-chief of International Journal of Hypersonics and member of the editorial boards for the Shockwave Journal, Journal of Indian Institute of Science, and Journal of Engineering Physics and Thermophysics. Professor Reddy is the founder, president of Society for Shockwave Research India, and has elected president of International Shockwave Institute at Nagoya, Japan. He received honor diploma from Minsk International Forum on Heat and Mass Transfer, Minsk, Belarus, and IISc Alumni Award for Excellence in Engineering Research in 2010. He was an adjunct professor from the Defense Institute of Advanced Technology, Pune. Recently, he received a Lifetime Achievement Award from Bangalore Management Association. Professor Reddy has many inventions to his credit and is the chairman Maxstar group of companies consisting of many startup companies, namely Superwave Technologies Private Limited, Srusti Engineering Innovations Private Limited, Wavefrac Technology Private Limited, and Shock Fluid Design Technology Private Limited. Professor Reddy has been founder of the Science City of India, coming up near Chellakere, Chitradurga district, in about 11,000 acres of land, and Dr. H. Narasimhaya International Science Center near Gauri Bidnur, Chikbalapur district, in about 206 acres of land. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Navneet sir. Now let us welcome Professor KPJ Reddy sir to the stage to share his insight and inspiring journey with us. It's an honor to illa bani sir.
ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅಂದರೆ ಆಯಿತು, ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲದವರೆಗೂ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗೋ ಹಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ನೀವು. 20 minutes. If you get bored, just lift your hand, I will stop there. Somehow, whenever national college people call me, no matter what I am engaged with, I'll say yes. Okay? Because, if not for National College in Gauri Bidnur, my brothers and myself, none of us would have come to education. That is the contribution of this. I remember we couldn't afford paying fees to the National College, private college. It was 116 rupees for PUC admission for my brother. So we were rich people, went into, all that. So I remember my mother sold her one of the jewelries and got into that, fees. But they returned it and then really supported me getting into college without fees and all that thing. I don't know what kind of luck we had to have H. Narasimhaya to be from that place. My bad luck is I never met him, though I am from that place. And I studied up to PUC in that college. Then the interesting thing is, now I am building HN Science Center in Gauri Bidnur. And now Gauri Bidnur has changed totally because of that science center happening there. Okay, and the education is seen in a different way. And people tell that there is a marked difference in the behavior of children, their perception of science and engineering, all that thing. So only dream I have is this. When I inaugurated that thing, Gudli Pooje ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ವೀರಪ್ಪ ಮಾಯಿಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಅವರು ಅದನ್ನು 10 ಎಕರೆನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊರಟಿದ್ರು. That was, Dr. Shivshankar Reddy was the MLA there, and all these people were there, Shivshankar Reddy and all. I said, if I have to get involved, it has to be 200 acres. Then there was a shock, but finally they gave me that land. Then Kumaraswamy, when he took over as the chief minister, I was his advisor. Then he said, Anna, adanna international center madana anteli. He gave me 100 crores budget through the budget session. And he made Revanna to work under me to build all the buildings. He was the PWD chairman, minister. All this I am mentioning because this is the power of H. Narasimhaya's, the name. That is what it is. Okay. Today, anything I want from anywhere, if I say it is for Narasimhaya Science Center, done. It is given. So such a great soul was in the middle of ours. And I was really unfortunate that I didn't meet him. But I am enjoying the fruits of it. And now, once there was a management change, and I don't know, by then I was retiring. So I got little time to come and meet here. Then I realized it has stagnated there. This is one thing with no bad intention I am going to talk today. At this rate, this NES will not grow further. You have to change gears. This has been, I am pestering in all the GC meetings, sir, don't hold it as an education science society. let us make it into university. Sir, we have to convert this into university. Most urgently, we have to do this. Please note this point, and we have to make this NES into a university. Okay? Otherwise, we have no future, sir. We have to bring in such a changes in this. Only under university we can do it. In addition, if you bring in university, research takes the lead. Otherwise, right now we are functioning like an ordinary college. When NES was conceived by our great leader, Narasimhaya Avaru, at that time it was need of the hour. Today, you have colleges every nook and corner, sir. That's not our call now. Our call is to take to such a level where others cannot come in. How do we do that? Draw in from people like us who have gone from this school, built up the empires, and make this as the leading university, leading educational institution in the world. This we can do it, sir. National, especially that what we have the pedigree, we should make it. So I personally feel you people should start thinking differently now. And stop thinking we are just a college, we have to produce graduates. So this is what my vision for this organization, and we have all the strength to do that. So one such request and pressure I had been pestering, engineering college has come up. Now is our time that this engineering college should take the lead in the whole city of Bangalore and whole state of Karnataka. Because we have advantage of starting from this era where we have the lessons of the old schools. So we should not fall into same another engineering college, then same courses, then after maybe about 3-4 batches, you will not get the admissions at all. No student will come. I can guarantee you, especially management committee, if you don't modernize your management methods of running an engineering college, believe me, next year, I can guarantee you, next year, take my words, your admission will go down by 50%. Because people are watching. They have come in as an adventure. They have come in and put their children everywhere because of the name of NES. Now you have to live up to it. How do we do that? Teachers should be really on their toes, and you have to make it really the best college. For that, lot of responsibility on the management. Management has to go into modern management, where I am in education field for 50 years. I have spent my life in education. I have built institutions. I have done all the things. The one thing I understand, if the system is run by the professors and academicians independently, then only that institution will grow. If the management puts its hand at every nook and corner, it's gone. I'll give you one of the examples. One of the most biggest colleges in the city, the owner went in one day. I don't want to name the person. He went and entered the HOD of physics building in the office. That man was very rich and the owner of the college. That professor stood up. I said, "Get out of my room. Who gave you permission to enter into my office?" Believe me, this has happened in this Bangalore only. And this man was stunned. What is your qualification? What's your, ability, whatever your right to enter into my office? I am a HOD of so and so. If you want, I understand you are the chairman and owner. If you want to see me, you can call me to your office. But in this building, I am the authority, sir. Believe me, that great man really took it seriously. Never he entered into any professor's office on that day onwards. And look at that institution which has grown like an ocean, like thing. This is the way I am saying. The persons who are behind the institution should never be seen in the front, because my student, when he comes, he has to see only a professor, only academic people. Okay? And he must feel that here is the authority in the world. ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪನೇ ಅನ್ನಲ್ವಾ ನಮಗೆಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಅದೇ ರೀತಿನೇ ಮೇಷ್ಟ್ರು ಹಂಗಿರಬೇಕು. That's why I am warning, because this institution has to grow 10 times or 100 times. And to do that, management has to be like real most modern management. Management has to be behind the scenes. Okay? And everything should be run by the people and professionals in that thing. So I thought I will put this wisdom. Whatever I have done till now, I have experienced this. The moment I am the founder, if I go, I say, hey, do it this way, and that fellow will relax. Then how long founder can go in there? So therefore, I am not trying to teach you, but I am just sharing my experience. If you want to build big things, you have to think differently. So now, survival of institutions, I will tell you, with this education changing, is going to be tough, sir. There are many colleges today, they can't even, keep the doors open. Students will not come, okay? And that scenario, if you have to survive, you have to be a cutting edge, all that thing. Inventions have to come in. Your startup scenario has to begin. In 2013, Indian Institute of Science was had a policy, never let a startup to begin in IISc, because they said, we are pure scientists, we think for tomorrow. There was a slogan saying, if you do the work on the thing which can be used by today, you have no place in IISc. You should be always thinking future. 2011, I thought I will break this scene, okay? I put up a application. I said I want to start a company with my invention. 2 years they, dilly-dallied. Though director was a friend, we used to have lunch together, everything. I was a well-known person. At the end of his term, that director signed that letter, 2013, and he said, Reddy, this is the last letter as a director I am signing, and you go to hell. This was his blessing. He thought with this, materialistic outlook of making knowledge into money is going to ruin IISc. This was the perception. They used to say, Lakshmi and Saraswati, yavaglu jateli iralla kanapa anta. So I said, days have come, you have to earn your money, sir. One idea can make $1 billion to you. Okay, what are you doing? How long country can give you, pamper you for publishing one paper? You will take 10,000 rupees or 10 lakh rupees. Who will give you this? So today, believe me, with my first 2013, I opened the company, for which Prime Minister himself came to IISc, my office. He signed the MOU. That photo, if you look at Google, you will see Prime Minister standing and myself sitting, which is against the protocol. So that happened. Today, we have more than 100 startup companies. Our, equipment, what we are making in the campus is already flying in the space. The laser I built has become a laser weapon. You cannot imagine what all the things we are producing in IISc campus. The ecosystem has changed. Now every youngster is going and starting a company. Unless we do that, India can never be economically forward. So what I am trying to say is, there is a need to change our mindset. If you don't, if you are saying, oh, we are ನಾವು ಈ ಥರ ನಾವು ಯೋಗಿಗಳು ಇದು ಅಂದರೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇಂಟು ಯುಟಿಲಿಟಿ. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ನೋ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇನ್ ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ ಡೇಸ್. This is what I tell to these children. If you read about, let's say, one mathematical equation, evening you think about it. My time is so valuable. My parents are spending money. Why am I spending time to learn this thing? What is the use of this? This question, if it comes, then all of you will be the entrepreneurs. Believe me this. Okay? This has been the guideline to me. Anything I see, I would say, what can be done with it? This led, I was a theoretical physicist by nature, by training. To 1999, I was famous for my theoretical research, making about, computers using the bacteriorhodopsins and all kinds of things. Suddenly, I realized India is to go to Mars and Moon. There is no subject like hypersonics in the country. How do we go? And our missiles had no respect internationally because you have no testing equipment. Then I realized we should do something. So I just quit and joined, turned into aerospace engineering, then started building the laboratories. I realized unless you have testing facilities, your space program, your DRDO programs will never be respected internationally, because those things, no numerical modeling can take care of things. So at that time, I am very proud to say, I was discriminated saying that any theory in Indian go to aeronautics anta. Yaru funding kodlila. Finally, I took out my 14 years of PF money and started my lab with my personal money. Today, I am proud to say that's the biggest hypersonics lab in the world. You please visit. Okay? Okay? All that I am not saying because KPJ Reddy is great. I am saying to the youngsters, don't stop at anybody's objections. Keep moving. Sir, do what you feel like doing. Today, I started on that day, one student. Incidentally, his name is Professor Jagadish. He is the best aeronautical engineer in the world today. Okay, can you believe me? And I knew him as a child, so I had known him that his intelligence. I never left him. I brought him. He was my PhD student, then professor. Now he is the best in the world. So with that, my induction into this, my lab has produced, I started the lab with 3 people. This is 1999, I think. By the time I left in 2018, I had made it to 65 people laboratory, biggest in the whole world of academic institutions. Many people from abroad have come and spent sabbatical in that lab, which was a reverse of it. Any time a professor will go for sabbatical from India to abroad, whereas I reversed the trend. And the equipment what I built, especially I can share you this particular thing. I was warned by the government at certain level that I am in the terrorist list because of all these activities, so I should be careful. This was by the central minister, and it happened twice. My life was, there was an attempt on life, all that thing, but it never stopped me, because this country has to be number one, sir. Otherwise, what is the fun of doing all these things? Let us sacrifice. So your Gaganyaan, I was just mentioning to Anuradha madam, the fundamental foundation came from one experiment which I built and did that experiment. Today Gaganyaan is so confident will happen. And how much of spying I have done, I don't know. Believe me. I was spied from Japan, spied, data from China, Russia, everywhere. This is the only way to sort of accelerate the projects. We can also invent the same thing, but we will take 10 more years. And that's how China built their technologies, Japan built their technologies. They send students and copy things. So we have not become so smart. Okay. So I had these unique facilities of doing all these things for the country. And this is what we need to do. This country has to be number one. So that's why we have a program by 2047, come what may, we will make India superpower. This is the project. And under the President of India directly, there is an international project which I cannot reveal too many things, is going on. The labs are there across the world. And we are going to build about 14 nuclear power stations, 700 megawatt per station, so that India will have energy sufficiency. Then we will be really at the high end. In fact, we need hypersonic missiles so that no enemy country will come near us. So that China says they have it. I am totally, last 20 years I have very closely interacted with them. They don't have it. Russia says they have hypersonic missile. I feel they are bluffing. So I am just starting a company somewhere near Madhugiri. This is about 2,000 crore rupees hypersonic missile company, which I have named it as RAM, because BJP likes Ram name. So, so Ramjet is the company. So I have broken that as a Ramjet. Okay. This is to youngsters. Please remember, I came from a village, ಕನ್ನಡ ಮೀಡಿಯಮ್, ದನ ಕಾಯ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದವನು ಪಿ ಯು ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ 3rd ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೋ ಗ್ರೇಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಆ ಮೇಷ್ಟ್ರು ಯಾರೋ ಇದ್ದರೆ ತೋರ್ಸಪ್ಪ, ಅವ್ರ ಕಾಲು ಮುರಿದಾಕಬೇಕು ನಾನು. ಅವ್ರು ನಾನು ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನನೇ ಸರ್ವನಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರು ಅವ್ರು ಪಿ ಯು ಸಿ. Life is a enjoyment, celebration, I say, enjoy it. And everything is, science is such a fun, you enjoy it. Unless you enjoy, you cannot create. One day, I was seeing this Shivaji the Boss ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಸಿನಿಮಾ, ಯಾರವನು ರಜನಿಕಾಂತ್ದು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನು ಒಂದು ಇಂಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡೋ ಸೀನ್ ಬಂತು. ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ 2011. ಆ ಇಂಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅವ್ನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ನೀವು ಇಂಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ನೀಡ್ಲಿದೆ, ಸಿರಂಜ್ ಇದೆ. ನಂಗೆ ಸಡನ್ಲಿ ಡೌಟ್ ಬಂತು, ನೀವು ಆ ನೀಡ್ಲ್ ಟಿಪ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗಿ ನೀವು ಇದು ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಬರುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ. ದೆನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇರ್ ಐ ಟುಕ್ ದಿ ಪೇಪರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟೆಡ್, ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ 7 bar pressure humanly. If I have that, now if I can introduce between the needle and this syringe 1 diaphragm, I have a shock tube. So this is a world record, and next day I demonstrated to the, Balram, who was the director. Here is the world record, human beings producing a shock wave by human energy. Can you imagine? I immediately patented, called it as Reddy tube. You know why Reddy tube? Because India should be known as the Taurur for this invention, and Indian name should be there. Raman effect, many people of Western world thinks it is Raman. That is a Jew name, Jewish name. Reddy cannot be mistaken as that. So today this Reddy tube has spread like a thing. Any field, every field it is doing. Medical, this thing, that thing, everything. And in Tamil Nadu alone, hundreds of PhD students are working using Reddy tube, because in 10 rupees you can build a Reddy tube. So likewise, Reddy tunnel. So I am telling children, anything you see, think about parallelly. What can I do out of this? If you don't do it, please leave the education. Go and kuri ಕಾಯ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಿ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಇದು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಕಲೀರಪ್ಪ. ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಮಾಡಿ ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಸಡನ್ಲಿ I think when I was 62, I was thinking, my friends who failed, in the schools, some of them went into real estate and they made 100 crore rupees. ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ದಿನ ಪೆನ್ಷನ್ ಕಾಯ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಏನಯ್ಯ ಇದು ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೆನ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಕಂಪನಿ ಕೇಮ್ ಇನ್. ಐ ಸೆಡ್, ಅಂಟಿಲ್ ಐ ಮೇಕ್ ಮೈ 100 crores, I will not stop this. So now I am in the position to make it. Point I am telling the children is, there is nothing which you can not do it. There is everything you can do it. Only thing, limitations you only are putting. Today I work with the most highest intellectuals across the globe. Japanese space program. When I retired, China gave the first farewell. Imagine Chinese government to recognize you, how much work we would have done. Japanese gave the second, third gave South Africa. All that, I am not boasting as saying I am standing in front of you. I am the much worse than you people can ever imagine. From such situation, I rose only because of the teachers in National College. Okay? And our G. Venkatesh ಮೊನ್ನೆ ತಾನೇ ತೀರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಅವರು. ಅವ್ರ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ನೂ ಅವ್ರು ಬರೆಯೋದು ಎಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಬ್ರೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿದೆ. ಈ ವೆಂಕಟಸುಬ್ಬಯ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದರು ಒಬ್ಬರು, ಕನ್ನಡ, ಆ ಪುಣ್ಯಾತ್ಮ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇದಾರ. ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನೋಡೇ ನಾನು ಪೊಯಟ್ರಿ ಬರೆಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಇಂಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಐ ಗೆಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಕೇಮ್ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರು KS ಪುಟ್ಟಸ್ವಾಮಿ, ರಾಮಸ್ವಾಮಿ, ನಂತರ ನಾಗರಾಜು, ಆ ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸು. ಏನು ಸಾರ್ ಆ ಟೀಚರ್ಸು, ಅದು ಅವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿದವರು ನರಸಿಂಹಯ್ಯನವರು, ಆ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು ನೋಡಿ ಇದು. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೋದ್ರು ಈ ಋಣ ತೀರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಶ್ಯೂರ್, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಯುವರ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ವೈಸ್, ನಾಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ವೈಸ್. then each one of you will be an inventor, each one of you will be like an entrepreneur, and this country needs that. Otherwise, this country no politician can change this country. I will make this statement anywhere. It is you and me only who can change it. And imagine, I came from nowhere. None of my colleagues, including Radham Narasimha, very famous, genius people, they were my neighbors. He took 10 years to say hello to me because I am a theoretical physicist. They never recognized me because in aerospace. So from there, imagine today, whole world is stunned with what we are doing. One tunnel we have built, only 4 countries have that tunnel. Otherwise, our real gas effects cannot be simulated. Your re-entry cannot be measured. All the tunnel, I built it all alone as the 5th country. Okay. Today, we are the 5th country to have it. The day our tunnel was inaugurated, respect on our space program in professional circles and our missiles really went up internationally. Now they know that you know what business you are doing, you know well. So with these words I am telling youngsters, when you go back, think what did you do, what was the thing which your teacher taught, what's the use of it, okay? One simple question, one kid asked me, a plus b whole square ಅಂತ ಬಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸಾಯ್ತಾರೆ ಸರ್, ಅದನ್ನೇನು a square plus ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಸರ್ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಸೆಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಕೇಳಿದೆ, ಬಾಯಿ ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಅಂತಾನೆ. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ನೀನು ಬುದ್ಧನ ವಿಗ್ರಹ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀನಪ್ಪ? ಹ್ಞೂ ಸಹ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಬುದ್ಧನ ವಿಗ್ರಹ ನಮ್ಮೂರಲ್ಲಿ, ಜಪಾನಲ್ಲಿ, ಥೈಲ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ? ಅಲ್ಲಿ a plus b whole square ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಪ್ಪ. So now your a plus b whole square is the guiding principle to make the statue of Buddha. So imagine ಅದರ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿನವರೆಗೂ ಹೋಗಿದೆ, ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಟೂಲು, ಅದನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸು ಅಂತ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಒಂಥರ ಟಚ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಂಟಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದರೆ ಏನು ಸರ್, ಸಿ ವಿ ರಾಮನ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ನೊಬೆಲ್ ಪ್ರೈಸೇ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೇ ಎಚ್ ನರಸಿಂಹಯ್ಯ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ದಿನ, ಕುದ್ಲಿ ಪೂಜೆ ದಿನ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ವಿಷನ್ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು, 20-25 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ರೈತನ ಮಗಳೋ ಮಗನೋ ನೊಬೆಲ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಪಡೀದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ನಾನು ಸಾಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ there is an international research going on. Our lifespan will be definitely pushed to 150 years ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನಂತೂ ಸಾಯಲ್ಲ, 150 ವರ್ಷದ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಏನು ಸರ್, ಇರಲಿ ಬಿಡಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ನೀವು ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಬಂದು ಸರ್ ನನಗೆ ನೊಬೆಲ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಬಂತು ಅಂದಾಗ ಆವಾಗ ನಾನು ಸಾಯ್ತೀನಿ. ಇದು ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡ್ರೀಮ್, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ವಿಷನ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇದಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಈ ಓದು ಅನ್ನೋದು ತುಂಬ ಬೋರಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸೈಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಈ ವಯಸ್ಸಲ್ಲೂ ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು 20 ಕೆಲಸ, ನಾವು ರಿಟೈರ್ ಆದ್ರೆ 10ರಷ್ಟು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಡ್ರಿನಲಿನ್ ಬೇಕು ಸರ್. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಜೀವನಕ್ಕೆ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಸ್ಂಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಸರ್ ಜಗದೀಶ್? ಅಡ್ರಿನಲಿನ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಸರ್. ಆ ಎಕ್ಸೈಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಆ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಬೇಕೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಆವಾಗ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ನ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟಾಗಿ ನೋಡಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ನು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಮೇಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಲೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ. ವಿ ಓ ಇಟ್ ಟು ಅವರ್ ಫೌಂಡರ್ ಎಚ್ ನರಸಿಂಹಯ್ಯನವರು. ಅವ್ರು ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿಟ್ಟೋದಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇಂತಿಂಥ ಜನಗಳು ಇದ್ದು ಮಾಡೋದು ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗಲಾರ್ದು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಶೂರ್ ಒನ್ ಡೇ ಮೈ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಈಸ್ MIT should reach us and say, can we be partners in India? That's the dream. Okay? With these words, thank you very much for inviting me and listening to me.
Thank you so much, Professor Reddy, for your truly inspiring and insightful address. Let's show our appreciation with a big round of applause. Keep the applause coming. Thank you so much, sir. Now it's time for introducing our next chief guest, Dr. T.K. Anuradha ma'am. I request Dr. Vijayalakshmi ma'am, IQAC coordinator of National College, to introduce our guest.
Good morning, everyone present here. I deem it a privilege to introduce the chief guest of today's program, Srimati T.K. Anuradha, who is a retired Indian scientist and program director of ISRO. She is the senior most female scientist and she is the first woman to become a satellite project director at ISRO. She graduated with a bachelor's degree in electronics from the University Visvesvaraya College of Engineering in Bangalore. Her areas of technical expertise are system engineering in realization of satellites and launching, design of embedded systems, instrumentation, and automation. Being the first women project director at ISRO, she has been very instrumental in the successful launch of GS8012, GS8010, GS809, 17, and 18. Not only did she experience launch-based activities in Indian and foreign launch bases, but also participated as a panelist for a seminar on Science Impacts Lives as a part of Nobel Prize series at Rashtrapati Bhavan. She also represented India in the Royal Exhibition Engineers panel discussions at UK along with the representatives from NASA in 2019. Mrs. Anuradha received many awards for her phenomenal contribution in the field of space sciences such as Space Gold Medal Award, Suman Sharma Award, ISRO Merit Award, Women Achiever in Aerospace by Aero India, and ISRO Performance Excellence Award. Not only this, she also received awards and appreciation from various societal institutions like Inspiring Icon, Jewel of Karnataka, Women of Distinction Award, Rajiv Gandhi Mahila Shakti Award, Varshada Kannadiga Award, and the list is endless. We are really honored to have you with us today, ma'am. From National College, Jayanagar, we heartily welcome you. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you so much. Now it's time for address by T.K. Anuradha ma'am. I request all the dignitaries to be seated off the dais. We have a PowerPoint presentation going on. Ready, sir? Off the dais. We have chairs for you. Ha, illa ide ma'am. Illa ide slides.
ಎಲ್ಲ ಗಣ್ಯರಿಗೂ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೂ NESನ ಆಧಾರ ಸ್ತಂಭಗಳಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತು ಬಂದಂತಹ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಯರಿಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಇವತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂದಂತಹ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಗೌರವ ಅಂತ ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. HN ನರಸಿಂಹಯ್ಯ ಅವರಂತಹ ಅವರ ಕರ್ಮಭೂಮಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ತಾನಾಗಿ ಸುಗಂಧ ಬೀರೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಸಂಶಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅಂತಹ ಒಂದು ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಕೇಂದ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಯಾಗಿ ಕರೆದಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಾನು ಚಿರಋಣಿ. ವಿಶೇಷತಃ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣರಾದವರು BV ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರು, ಅವರಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಗಳು. ಅವ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ ಇವತ್ತು ಬಂದೆ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ. ಹಾಗೂ BV ಜಗದೀಶ್ ಅವರ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಕೇಂದ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಆತ್ಮೀಯರು ಮತ್ತು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತರು ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಕುಟುಂಬದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ. ಅವರ ಮುಂದೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿವಸ ಚೀಫ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಿಷಯ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಲೈಕ್ ಯುವರ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ಡ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನೋವೇಷನ್ ಇಂಟು ಸಸ್ಟೈನಬಿಲಿಟಿ. I like the subject very much and I thought I will talk to you about the innovation, how it got turned into sustainability at ISRO. ISRO stands as a remarkable organization where it can be studied in management schools, it can be studied in scientific organizations, how to become successful and what makes it a success. I'll just give a glimpse as we don't have much time, because there is always a saying that if I'm asked to talk about ISRO and about my daughters, I never stop talking. So let me just briefly tell you about this. At ISRO, how innovation, you all know already, Professor Reddy has very beautifully brought in inspirational facts that it is inquisitiveness which is required, and passion, knowledge, hard work, boldness. He emphasized on the boldness too, and the resilience, what we have to do, will give a concoction of innovation possible. But when it is with a purpose, the sustainability will bloom like anything. So the sustainability can be global, regional, institutional, or personal level too. That kind of thing is possible at any level. You must have an innovation with purpose. So let us just look, what was the innovation at ISRO? Everything. Starting from the birth of Indian space program, which was so innovative. It was not to compete with any big nations, or it was not to say that I also did it. The purpose was so innovative as the visionary. We have Vikram Sarabhai, as he mentioned, it is for the application of advanced technology to the real problems of the man. That was very innovative idea with which this organization started. And then very well streamlined programs with the satellites and the rocketry started. With the satellite, absolutely good definition of what we are going to do. That kind of vision is very much important when we are trying to do. We should not get mixed up and confused. We had remote sensing program, communication, meteorology, navigation, and of course, as scientists, we always have the curiosity in the mind and need to do things which do not have the direct, immediate impact on life. So those things were also continued as a background work initially, the explorations. And that led to why we had to do those things. We had to do those things so that the vision is met. We'll just see how we did that. On the other hand, we had our rocketry. And it's not easy that these technologies, which are considered as cream of technologies, be offered on a platter to us. It's a lot of hard work, as Professor Reddy was also telling. It's a lot of beg, borrow, and then learn from yourself, and then even sometimes you have to get from other means if you have to get somehow these kind of technologies one way or the other. But it has to be there with you. Nobody gives you that, go take it. But that's a big story I will tell you some other time probably if I come to this science center, that what were the adventures in doing that. And today we have the in-house technologies, rockets of varying sizes. The last one, what you see, is the human-rated launch vehicle today. We are all ready to put human beings into space, which is considered as the epitome of the space program. And we have the propulsion systems, which are the heart and soul of any rocketry, including the cryo engines. There were times when we bought 7 cryo engines from Russia, but the technology was not transferred. But we today have a total hands on the cryo engines, and we are able to build big rockets. And then it's not just the rockets and the satellites, world-class infrastructure. And it was built all around India. Today we have 13 technology centers. I don't have to read it, you can see. We have all these things, the best, one of the world-class technology centers are available today to us. And we have our own launch pads, where we have 2 launch sites within the launch, 2 launch pads in that site at Sriharikota. And we have done several launches too. So what did we do with all that? Was it to build satellite rocket and as soon as the rocket goes up, everybody claps and be done with that? No. There is a satellite sitting in the rocket which goes to where it should go and does the work so that we reach the society. What do you mean by reaching the society? What is the betterment of society? Betterment of society when we have stability for food, water, education, health, and trade and commerce, and connectivity everywhere, and we should be able to feel safe, protected in a nation. The defense sector. These are the factors which have been provided by the wonderful satellites, battalion of satellites which are there in the sky from ISRO. You can see that whether it is a farmer, whether it is a mineralogist, or he is into the forestry or oceanography, everything is provided by our ISRO satellites. And there was a saying once upon a time that to develop a remote village, you need a road to be constructed. People used to say that. Today, to develop a region, you need connectivity, not just through the road. You have to have a data connectivity. Okay? So such connectivity is provided in a big way, and today India, where ISRO had to push these technologies and make them understand that you can do better using this technology. Today in India, they have become hard customers. They're demanding more and more and more, and they are putting specifications on ISRO, I want this way. That is a growth which has taken place, and that is the amount of industrial growth that has happened because of the space sector. There is no department in India which does not use the space data today. Whether it is for the navigation or, as I told, remote sensing applications, communication, weather monitoring, all these things are part and parcel. If you see, many integrated services of world-class type and unique in the world came up. We made village resource centers where there were knowledge kiosks where the weather information and remote sensing data, all these were provided, and for the fisheries, for the people, when to go, when not to go, where to catch the fish, not to catch the fish, and how not to cross the international borders on the ocean. And we have messaging system. And at the end of my career, I was part of these programs where I had to link the users and the ministries. Of course, Department of Space comes directly under Prime Minister. So we had to have all the policy acceptances, permissions from government. And on the other hand, meeting the end users like farmers, the Javans, and fishermen, it was something along with the other businessmen, communication purposes, DTH owners. And India has more than 900 DTH channels which are done through our satellites, and we are not able to fulfill the demands. We even hired the transponders from other countries, and we have to build much, much more. We have to keep on doing those networks. And e-commerce, you be in Timbuktu today and you go to ATM and draw from your State Bank of India money. And how is that possible? Through the satellites. That is how it has penetrated so much. Today I can buy just coriander through the network connection. I don't have to carry cash in my purse, right? You all know about it. That is how much it has penetrated, and there's a big contribution by the connectivity provided by the satellites. We also have the very important program, the Digital India program announced by Prime Minister Modi ji, in which more than 6,000 villages are directly connected by the ISRO satellites. Most of it you may not be knowing, but it becomes so ubiquitous and part and parcel of your life today. Without satellites, I wonder how we are going to manage all the things what we are going through that. And of course, there were a lot of adventures in the process. All we had was a simple workhorse PSLV. And how do we make it better and better? We have to make use of what we have. You may have a cycle at home, but you want to approach and able to carry as much as possible. That was the adventure. You can't have a truck, a Mercedes Benz, you can't have a car, you can't have everything with you. What you have, how to make best use of, ISRO is an example with whatever resource you have. So the simple PSLV, which carried 104 satellites at a time, was a world record in 2017 till, of course, Falcon 9 came up with 140 and odd satellites sometime in 2021. But even now, I think this was a better thing because PSLV is like a cycle and you're trying to compare Falcon 9, which is a huge, huge rocket. Compared to that, the kind of density it carried was fantastic. And it is not just carrying the satellites. All satellites cannot be thrown at one place. The mission planning, how to put the rocket in such a way and keep on moving it so that these satellites are let out at the destined orbits. So that was a big, this one which was carried out. Not only that, this simple cycle of ISRO, it has taken us to the moon, to the Mars. We have been able to do, and we have even taken one of my satellites, GSAT-12, to the communication orbit, geosynchronous orbit. And we took Aditya program to the Lagrange point, which is 1 million kilometers away from the Earth. We were able to do with this humble rocket, all because of, it's not just the rocket. Rocket is a tool. You had to do a lot of planning and mission planning, how to do, and a lot of scientific adventure was there in this one. And then we also had, I don't want to tell you about the mundane satellites, which I already told about various applications. Look at these things which brought in a great scientific temperament in the country, and a lot of curiosity started in the minds of the youngsters too. Just like when I was young, when we saw Neil Armstrong landing on the moon, we did not have television at that time. When we heard the news about that, the kind of, curiosity that came into our minds was similar to what these satellites have done. Whether you already know that our satellite was the first to find traces of water on the moon in the southern pole, and we could do for the second time successfully on the moon. It was a great, wonderful event. And we were the first country to go to Mars without fail. Nobody had reached for the first time. The maiden flight was success. And recently, today, Times of India, there was a news, I don't know how many of you read about it. In the Andromeda galaxy, there is a novae, supernovae, which are burst into big ultraviolet ray sources. Our satellite, AstroSat, has found that such a phenomenon has happened in Andromeda galaxy, and which is a good data for the entire scientific forum in the world. And just to boost your, confidence further, one of the scientists who worked on it is Anupama GC. Her name is also there in the newspaper. She's my cousin, and she is from National College. Okay. She's a great scientist, astrophysicist, and she is one of the team of the scientific members who is responsible for finding that supernova phenomenon in the Andromeda galaxy. And to do the sun, with all the advent of science and technology, we don't know our sun properly. A lot of studies are required. It's not easy to study sun. And we have our satellite Aditya L1, which is doing that job along with other satellites in the world, and that has been a great thing. And today, as I told, it is the cream of space technology if you can put a human being. Why? What's so great? Because putting a human being and bringing him back safe is a huge technology. And ISRO has slowly mastered it, starting from early 2000, we have been working on it. We had several experiments, like how to do the recovery experiment, how it should enter back into atmosphere, as Professor was telling about the thermal issues of re-entry and burning up, how to make sure that we come back safely, and how to recover, and many tests like pad-aport tests. We have made our own Vyomamitra, a robotic humanoid, which will go in our first test flights, that we understand that everything is safe, and we made the astronaut suit. You know, these are all part of the thing, along with Vikram Sarabhai's vision of reaching the common man. These were in the background. We have been working on it, and today we are able to come to some level, and hopefully we'll have in the next couple of years. We also plan to do International Space Station, Bharatiya Antariksha Station. We want to build very soon. So, how we became self-reliant from nobody, starting in the, somewhere in 1961 or 62, where India, still many princely states had to join the main country, and such economic doldrums were there. In spite of that, the dreams were started, and in those dreams, where we have realized today, see, this is what I feel very proud, that we have launched nearly 35, 40 very big satellites, and even small when we didn't have rocket from abroad, from foreign soil, we have launched the satellites. Today, nearly 34 countries, 432 satellites have been launched by ISRO for the foreign nations. And we have our own more than 120 satellites and so many flights, and we are very self-reliant. I'm not telling self-sufficient. There is a difference between self-sufficient and self-reliant, right? So when I say self-sufficient, to make my sambar, I have to grow my own dal, I have to grow my own spices at home. To be self-reliant, I should be having the capability to get those things and cook at home, right? That is the difference. So when we have this, the most important things that have happened are lot of indigenization, our own things. People called it as jugad, didn't matter, but we made it happen, and we had lot of innovations. Especially, I must mention that post-Pokhran and post-Kargil war, and we had to bring in a world-class satellite to keep an eye on the border. At which time, because of the Pokhran 2, we had a ban on getting lot of very important critical components. Lot of innovation happened, and with a delay of 1 year, that satellite went up with all our own indigenous technology. Though it was little bulkier, little clumsy, but we did it. And that paved a way for modern remote sensing era in India. And we got submitter resolution back in 2001. We could do that. And industrial growth in India. Lot of industries have been contributing for the space today, and lot of industries are totally dependent on the space program. And we have many more exciting programs which are coming up. I just listed a few of them, and going beyond and visiting Venus or asteroid mining. And of course, we have the human space program. And we also have docking experiments. And these are all very, very exciting programs which are going on. And we also have to meet the requirements of the nation for the day-to-day things like transponders and remote sensing data. So today, ISRO version 2.0 has started, wherein a lot of privatization is happening, and it is opened up, and anybody can use the ISRO facilities, ISRO technology, and they can also contribute. So it is always grow hand in hand for ISRO. Don't think everything ISRO did. No. ISRO was with academia, it was with public sectors, private sectors. In fact, as told by our chairman also, nearly 80% of the components and systems are made by the private industry for a rocket. That is the amount which has gone, and that is the amount of technology transfer also has happened. And ISRO has stood as a international diplomacy leader too in many things. We made a satellite especially for the SAARC countries, where each country was given one transponder free. That was on a diplomatic level. Diplomacy has been there in us, starting from the ISRO program, how we could, dedicate our Tumba rocket station for the international purposes, and how, even though the Cold War was going on between USSR and USA, how we could get help from both of them and grow in this country for our programs. So this is in a glimpse, I'm trying to tell you how innovations can be brought into sustenance and how it can be made useful for the society, as Professor Reddy was also telling. Finally, what is the purpose of what we do? That purpose is very important. And when it happens, you have total clarity and nothing can stop you, right? So, thank you for your kind attention. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We can take a few questions for Anuradha ma'am until the chairs are, arranged on the dais. Yeah. Dignitaries, you could please occupy the dais. Illa irvada. Okay, sure. Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Please, sir.
Sure.
Madam, it was very, very interesting and motivating talk, especially, when you spoke about your journey. My question is, there are 17 goals for SDG, 17 goals for SDG, and in that, what has been ISRO's contribution, basically in the area of clean water and sanitation, madam?
Very nice, sir. I think this is a worthwhile thing. So, ISRO has been providing extraordinarily important data with regard to contaminations and especially the kind of pollution in the oceans, Indian oceans, what is happening. So these kind of data have been very rigorously given, and we also have research wings who do the research and aid the departments. See, ISRO, we ourselves cannot go into those activities, but there are departments which have been working on it and we have been giving input. And we have given inputs about the glaciers, and we have given inputs about the major rivers and how there is a contamination and what can be done to avoid it, and stagnated water areas, marshy areas, and which are the lands which can be reused so that it will be of use. So many times what happens is, ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಗಾದೆ ಇದೆ, ಮದುವೆ ಆಗೋ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣ ಅಂದರೆ ನೀನೇ ನನ್ನ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಅಂತ. When we tell these things, it comes back on ISRO that you do it. So, in fact, we have such activities, but ISRO is an organization with a purpose. And of course, all the ministries are being with us and they help us out. But the action plan, when it is given, implementation, everything ISRO doing is very difficult. And it has been given to the ministries in this regard, including the town planning. So how exactly the towns have to be planned, and how the rivers have to be joined if at all you have to do it, and where you can bring in the dams, checkpoints, where you can bring in. All this kind of information is extensively given. And forestry, in case of forestry, how which are the illegal forest cutting that is happening. Illegal mining areas have been identified and given to the respective departments, and it has been stopped also. These are some of the examples which comes off my head and I can tell you.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಇದನ್ನು ಯಾತಕ್ಕೆ ಕೇಳಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಇವತ್ತು ಕಾವೇರಿ ನದಿ ಮಲಿನ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿರೋದು ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಡೇಟಾ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ತುಂಬ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಮೇಡಮ್.
Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste.
My name is Satish. I'm a former director of Aryabhatta Mobile Planetarium and proud partner for B.V. Jagdish Science Center.
So nice.
In taking astronomy to rural education places. My request to you is that Sir Reddy sir spoke very well that students have to do research. That's the only way to go forward. But if we think of it at ground level, today the ICSE board has taken out the subjects on astronomy. CBSE does not have curriculum on astronomy. So how do we plan to take this kind of things? In fact, ISRO has set up a CBPO center called as Capacity Building Program, and we are also ISRO space tutors. But it is very unfortunate that I work with a lot of many international schools. They all know what NASA is doing. They all know what SpaceX is doing. But it's very unfortunate that all the legacies of whatever you people are building is not reaching out to the nth level. So my request to you is that if you can guide us in these things and also write a letter to CBPO to take it astronomy education in a much more serious way. Probably many more great scientists can originate from NES and all other institutions. Please guide us.
Thank you for your question. There are two parts of it. One is the curriculum and the syllabus part of it. So other thing is reaching out about what India is doing and how we are advancing in various things, not just in Bangalore, to the the remotest villages, how we can do. Though ISRO is having various programs, I think for a population like in India, it is like, a drop of, just a drop in the ocean, really. So it may not be sufficient. I really feel sorry about it. And many of the ISRO scientists, including me, we have made it our mission that we never say no to any educational institutions, and sometimes we push ourselves, we go them and tell what is happening. Lots of them, not just me, we have been doing. But again, those efforts are all very voluntary and minuscule in the magnitude, I think. It has to be done in a bigger way. And I don't think subject being in curriculum or not being there is very important, because, for example, genetics, which is equally important. It may not be as part of the curriculum in many schools and colleges, but it's an important subject. If you are getting a background and a mental aptitude towards such things, that is very important. For example, when my children were studying in school, I have seen the syllabus, which had astronomy, which was pathetic. In one paragraph, the entire birth and death of all stars, and they just don't know what it is, and they just mug up and tell. I don't think it will serve a purpose. It is rather important that you inculcate an interest in them, leave it, and slowly let them go. Today, they are pushing so much, it is not going to bloom nicely. It's important that you slightly put interest, curiosity in them, and let them free, let them be free. I'm hoping the new education policy which came, which got taken away, a lot of politics, it should not be through the politics, it should be as a system, as an education system, it should happen, where there is a lot of freedom for children to pick up what they want to study and then do. Is very nice and it's important. But I alone cannot give you an answer like what solution we can bring, that every child in this country has the privilege of knowing what is happening in the country. Though a lot of experiments and a lot of efforts are going through that, I think it's a very complex question.
Thank you so much. We can move ahead with the next speaker because we are running short of time. We can discuss with ma'am about your questions later. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for your inspiring talk, and especially for setting the theme of this Science in Action, sustainability. Thank you for bringing in ISRO topic into it. Thanks. I request Professor Chelvappa sir, Vice Principal of the college, to introduce our next special invitee guest, B.V. Jagdish sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my privilege and honor to introduce our renowned guest of honor, Shri B.V. Jagadish, a proud alumnus of the National College, Jayanagar and Basavangudi. Shri Jagadish, founder, CEO, managing partner, Cause Ventures, USA, is a distinguished entrepreneur, technologist, and philanthropist. Shri Jagadish has co-founded and led several successful ventures, including Exodus Communications that pioneered the concept of internet data centers, and Netscaler that pioneered the concept of application delivery, leaving an indelible mark on the IT and networking industry. As an alumnus, Sri Jagadish's deep connection to the institution is evident through his unwavering support for its development. His vision and generosity led to the establishment of the B.V. Jagadish Science Center on the National College Jayanagar campus, which serves as the hub for promoting the study and appreciation of basic sciences among students. Sri Jagadish is a passionate advocate for education and societal development. Through his philanthropic initiatives, he has inspired countless individuals and institutions to think beyond traditional boundaries and embrace innovation for the betterment of the society. His philanthropic contributions and professional achievements have earned him numerous accolades, including the Lifetime Achievement Award by the Silicon Valley Indian Professional Association and the Philanthropy Leadership Award for the impactful societal contributions. We are truly honored to have him grace this occasion with his presence. His insights and words of encouragement will undoubtedly inspire our students, faculty, and guests as we celebrate the spirit of science and innovation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Jagdish sir, the stage is yours.
Good morning, good afternoon. How are you all, students? It's such an honor for me today being here along with Professor Reddy and Anuradha as well, who happens to be my cousin, sharing the stage, and with an incredible, inspirational talk by both Professor Reddy and Anu. I was getting goosebumps as I was listening to both the speeches, because I had an opportunity to be in Sriharikota several years ago to watch the launch of the rocket that carried about 65 satellites. And it was a sight to watch. 65 satellites, and there were about 32 different countries that had trusted the Indian launch system to launch these satellites. That was such a proud moment. And at that time, you know who was the head of ISRO? It was Dr. Kiran Kumar, who happens to be a National College student. Dr. Kiran Kumar was a National College student. So I think the achievements that National College and what they have given back in various forms is humongous. Sir, you gave a phenomenal message to the management about don't create yet another college. It's very important for us to create an institution that is recognized as a leader. And for that to happen, an institution must think from a 360-degree point of view. I would put this in simple phrase where all of us, which is the management, alumni, students, everybody needs to take an active role, and I would say restore the glory of National College. I think we should start with this mission based on everything that you talked about, restore the glory of National College. So if you actually look at National College 30, 40, 50 years ago, it was always considered to be an institution that created well-rounded people. So you look at, for example, we created fantastic movie actors because the foundation for becoming an actor was laid at the National College itself. There used to be intercollegiate drama contests, interclass drama contests with brilliant directors and brilliant actors. Right? If you think of Vishnuvardhan, who came from National College, Sundar Raj came from National College. There were plenty, and Chandrasekhar, Edakalu Gutta Mele, Chandrasekhar came from National College. Same way in cricket. You look at B.S. Chandrasekhar, you look at E.S. Prasanna, and several more. right? And these things did not happen by accident. It was happened by design because of Dr. H.N.'s vision. So I happen to be playing badminton at the National College facility. And thanks to Bharti Madam and you for introducing this Prakash. Mr. Prakash, stand up. So Prakash is the sports director in Basungudi National College. And I went at 6:15 a.m. I was fascinated to actually see almost like 20 or 25 students playing badminton just yesterday. And here is the man, right, who coaches, who guides all these students and takes such a passionate initiative to talk about those students, and the students also taking such interest in other activities other than just education. I mean, imagine at 6:15 there were like 20, 25 students playing badminton. So the point I'm trying to make is this doesn't happen by accident. So we as an institution, we need to design these things. We need to really have a vision. And I think the right phrase to start off with is restore the glory of National College. You all agree with that? Right? I think we had a great glory. I think it's our responsibility to bring back that glory to National College. Thank you, Prakash. We are in very, very interesting times right now, because I don't think at any point of time that I can imagine India never had a vision of what we want to be 10 years down the road, what we want to be 20 years down the road. Now it's very clear. By 2030, we want to be a $10 trillion economy. By 2047, as Professor Reddy was saying, we want to be the superpower, right? And we want to be like a $35, $40 trillion economy. And the vision that has been laid out by the country is absolutely fascinating. So the impact of science and entrepreneurship is going to play a very, very, very important role in making this economy and making this vision to become a reality. So I'll give you an example. If you go back and look at since 1800s, what is the impact of science, technology, and entrepreneurship? So you look at, for example, in 1800s, the education level was almost like 1% or 2%. So today in the world, education has gone up to almost like 95%, right? The child mortality, meaning children dying, used to be substantial. A massive number of children used to die because of lack of medicine, lack of environment, and all of those things. And today, the child mortality has dropped pretty significantly. Same with literacy, right? A lot of these things have improved. Why? Because of scientific innovation, because of entrepreneurs who have absorbed that scientific innovation and translating that into either vaccination, medicine, or educational solutions, and so on and so forth. So the point is that science does the fundamental innovation, and somebody has to take that, which is the point that Professor Reddy was making. Even at IISc used to think that you should never talk about money. No, it's not about money. It's about taking the innovation and how do you translate that into creating something beneficial to mankind. So if you think of, for example, the GPS. How did GPS come up? GPS came up because during the Ronald Reagan era of US presidency, because of this Cold War that existed between US and, not US, the Western world and the communist world, the ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, which was the biggest threat, US decided, I'm going to create this program called the Star Wars program. The Star Wars program basically means that if Russia ever launches one of these ICBMs, then America will have the ability to detect where these ICBMs are in the space and through these satellites that are tracking, America can actually launch to kill these ICBMs in the space itself. And that basically started off the innovation of this GPS. Today, can any one of us live without a Google map? We cannot. Where does and how does the Google map actually work? It works with the foundation of this GPS, which is giving the longitude and all the necessary information that helps the GPS to make the decision to tell you if you are here, if you want to go to destination A, exactly it gives you the path, right? So that innovation is through the science and the technology and the importance of these things moving forward. Now, what are some of the biggest issues that we're going to face in the next 20, 30 years? Obviously, we're already seeing climate change is a big issue, right? We have to come up with solutions. People are dying because of cancer, because of various other things. Why? Because the environment is bad. And the food that we eat today, because of the mass productions, have been basically contaminated because of all the chemicals, synthetic way of creating this food. So this is not sustainable. We have to come up with natural way and better way so that people don't have to suffer because of the scaling issues. So there is tremendous opportunity for science and tremendous opportunity for entrepreneurship to take that science innovation and producing that into real products. And I think India will play a very important role in the next 20, 30 years because we have our own strengths. We have natural ways of solving many of these problems, which is not known to this world at all. What do we need to do to take these natural ways of solving these issues into the next world, whether it is in Ayurveda, whether it is in education, or so many other things, right? Or health, yoga, and so on and so forth. Natural ways of how we can help the mankind is where the blend of the science innovation and entrepreneurship have to play a very important role. And I'm very happy actually to see how this Jayanagar National College and Basungudi National College create the science in action. This is a brilliant move, right? If you go and watch outside, the kind of experiments that they're creating, including even the map that they showed of bringing the flower from the top and then, you know, the banner that they actually took it to the top. The person, I don't know if he's sitting here or not, he was explaining about how the inspiration basically came from Nepal, right? Because people in Nepal, no electricity, no mobile phone, no walkie-talkies, and the farmers are somewhere on the top of the hill, top of the mountain, and you need to transport whatever they have grown back in here and then send, you know, the other necessary stuff from the bottom to the top. So this is the concept that has been used. There is science behind it. There is a lot of thought process behind it. And they just wanted to demonstrate as to how science can play this role even without electricity, even without mobile phone, without any of these things, right? That's what I appreciate. This is the practical thinking of how you take science and bring it to a common man. So I'm very excited about it. I'm very happy to be here, to be watching all the things that you guys are doing. We should all work together to bring back the glory of National College. And as Professor Reddy and Anu talked about, right, the future looks very exciting. There is a great vision. There's a lot more that together we can all do it. And let's do it together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for bringing that spirit into us. Let's bring back the glory of National College. With the huge round of applause, let us thank B.V. Jagdish, sir. Now it's time, we are approaching the end of the program. It's time for presidential address, Dr. H.N. Subramanya, sir. Sir, can I pass the mic over there if you can talk, or would you? Okay, Bunny.
ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾತಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇದುವರೆ ತನಕ ನೀವು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿ ಸಂತೃಪ್ತರಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ನನ್ನ ಕನ್ನಡದ ಭಾಷಣ ಬೋರ್ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳೇ, ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ರೆಡ್ಡಿಯವರೇ, ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಜಗದೀಶ್ ಅವರೇ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿಯ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ವರ್ಗದವರೇ ಮತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆರೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಉಪಾಧ್ಯಾಯ ಮಿತ್ರರೇ, ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ ಮತ್ತು ಅತಿಥಿಗಳೇ, ಇದುವರೆ ತನಕ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ನಡೆದು ಬಂತು. ಪ್ರಾಯಶಃ ಈ 2 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಭವ್ಯವಾದಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಎನ್ನುವುದಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಭಾವಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಆಯಿತು ಮತ್ತು ಹೈಲಿ ಇಂಟೆಲೆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅಂತೂ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಬೈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟು ಏನೇನು ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ರೇಟರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಹೀಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಈ 3 ಜನಕ್ಕೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಅನಂತ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಮತ್ತು ನಾನಿನ್ನು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ ಬಯಸೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ಲಾಗಿ ಏನನ್ನು ಮಾತಾಡಿದರೆ ಅದು ತುಂಬ ತಪ್ಪಾಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜಾಗೆ ಅಥಾರಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 3 ಜನನೇ ಸಾಧ್ಯ, ಇವನ್ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರಿಂದನೂ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ KPJ ರೆಡ್ಡಿಯವರಂತೂ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾತನಾಡಿದರು. ಅವರ ಒಂದು ವಿಷನ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದು ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ತುಂಬ ಅಪ್ರಿಷಿಯೇಬಲ್ಲು. ಮುಂದಿನ ಜನಾಂಗ ಯಾವ ಥರ ನಾವು ಬೆಳಿಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ರು ಅವರು. ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಅವರೊಬ್ಬ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಸೈಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಗೋರಿಬಿದನೂರು ತಾಲ್ಲೂಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾದಲ್ವೇಣಿ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಗ್ರಾಮ ಇದೆ. ಗೋರಿಬಿದನೂರಿಗೆ 6 ಮೈಲಿ ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿ. ಆ ಗ್ರಾಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು 2 ಎಕರೆ 3 ಎಕರೆ ಜಮೀನಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಒಂದು ತೋಟವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲದೊತ್ತು ಶುಕ್ರವಾರ, ಶನಿವಾರ, ಭಾನುವಾರ 3 ದಿನ ಇದ್ದು ಸೋಮವಾರ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಅವ್ರ ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯ. ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ರಸ ಋಷಿಗಳು ಯಾವ ಥರ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಜೀವನ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೋ ಅದೇ ಥರ ಜೀವನವನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ರೆಡ್ಡಿಯವರು ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏಕಾಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಬುದ್ಧನಿಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾನೋದಯ ಆದಾಗೆ ಕೆಲವೆಲ್ಲ ಜ್ಞಾನೋದಯ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಅವ್ರು ಹೋಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಗಲಿ ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತೂ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ನನ್ನ ಈ 2 ಮಾತನ್ನಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರಿಗೂ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಮುಕ್ತಾಯ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್. ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಹೋದರೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸೇ ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಟ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಫಾರ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಸರ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ನೌ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಜಯದೇವಪ್ಪ ಸರ್, ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ Dr. H.N. National College of Engineering, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. The organizers have furnished me really giving this role. I will not take much time. It has been such an honor to be part of this wonderful event. On behalf of organizing committee, I convey my deep regards and hearty thanks to Dr. H.N. Subramanya sir, Honorable President NES of Karnataka, who presided over this function. Thank you, sir. On behalf of the National Education Society of Karnataka, I extend our deepest gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Professor KPJ Reddy sir, Aerospace Engineering, IASC Bangalore, for his inspiring address. Sir, your valuable insights and thoughts have truly inspired us. Thank you. My sincere thanks to Dr. T.K. Anuradha Madam, Distinct Scientist, ISRO Bangalore, who graced us with her excellent presentation on innovation in ISRO. Thank you, Madam. On behalf of NES of Karnataka, I am very happy to thank Sri B.V. Jagadish, founder, CEO and managing partner, Cause Ventures USA for his presence to grace this occasion. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, an event of this dimension cannot happen overnight. It requires meticulous planning and timely execution. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by our Honorable Secretary, NES of Karnataka, and Chairman Dr. H.N. National College of Engineering, Jayanagar, Sri Venkata Shiva Reddy. Thank you, sir, for your encouragement and support. I express our heartfelt thanks to Honorable Secretary Sri Arun Kumar sir in his absentia for actively engaging with us. My sincere thanks to Sri Tallam Dwaraknath, Treasurer, NES of Karnataka. Sir, your presence has added immense value to this gathering. I also wish to express my gratitude to Sri Sudhakar Esturi sir, Joint Secretary and Chairman National College Basavangudi for his minute-to-minute guidance and for providing encouragement at every point of time to organize this great event. I am very happy to extend my sincere thanks to Dr. Venkatram Reddy sir, Chairman, National College Jayanagar, who had constantly giving advices and also supported this event in all aspects. I also thank Sri Ravindra, Chairman, Works Committee, for gracing this event. I thank Professor Alkananda, Vice Principal and Convener of Dr. H.N. National College of Engineering for her presence. My sincere thanks to Dr. Ramesh, Principal, National Degree College, Jayanagar, Dr. Y.C. Kamala, Principal, National Degree College, Basavangudi, Professor Mamata, Principal, PU College, Jayanagar, Professor Soumya, Madam, Principal, National PU College, Basavangudi. I also thank Principal Bhagyapalli. I also thank Vice Principals, Headmasters and Headmistresses of high schools who have joined hands to organize this dream event. I am very much thankful to all our faculty colleagues and non-teaching staff who have always stand by us and motivate us. I feel proud to thank you for making this event a successful one. On behalf of NES of Karnataka, I take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt thanks to B.V. Kumar sir and his family for gracing this occasion. Thank you, sir. I also extend my appreciation to our sponsors and partners. Your generous support has been instrumental in making this event possible and successful. I take this opportunity to thank our dedicated organizing committee members, Professor Bharti Rao Madam, Mr. Altaf, and volunteers for their tireless efforts and meticulous planning. Your hard work behind the scenes has ensured the smooth execution of this event. On behalf of the management, a special thanks to participants and attendees for your active engagement and enthusiasm. You are the main attraction for today's event. Your actions reflected your days of hard work. I thank you so much to all parents and well-wishers for your unwavering support and encouragement. Children cannot achieve excellence without your help. Thank you so much for taking your time to come to this event. Thank you one and all.
And it is my pleasure to thank our principal of National Engineering College, Jayadevappa sir. The exhibition is open for you all. I hope you all have a great time. Thank you.